Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Cracked One Open podcast. I'm your host with the most, D-Rock, with my co-host,
Big Bob, and I am hungover today.
So I am overcompensating for his lack of energy.
And I've been overcompensating my entire life. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, so last week we told you about our brand new voicemail for the podcast, and you guys, some of you did disappoint, but other people did not. And if you do want to leave us a voicemail, the number is 234-281-3954. Sorry, I got to look at it because I'm terrible at remembering numbers. But we want to play you one of the best submissions from last week. So we're going to play it right about now. Hit it, Bob.
All right, Crack One Open. I love the name. Think it's absolutely hilarious. Unfortunately, I'm at work right now, so I can't really crack open a cold one. That being said, I saw your guys' door ding dong ditch bullshit, and obviously when I was in sixth grade, I took it to the next level and started egging houses naturally, obviously.
Just how it goes.
My buddy and I went out in the middle of the night, probably 11 at night, 10 at night, so not too late, but for a sixth grader, it's pretty late. And we went across the neighborhood about a mile out to, find a random crib. We found one all lit up, all the lights on, big glass mirrors, everything. The door had glass on it. So we're standing outside.
Big descriptive guy.
And we both got eggs.
I love this dude.
And we're looking at it, and I can see the whole family's in there. I can see the guy in there. I can see the main guy in the office. And my buddy and I are like, oh, shit, like, all right, let's do it. I'm like, all right. So, we've been standing outside this house for about a minute now, just looking at it. What do we want to hit? Do we want to hit the window with the family right there? Do we want to hit the door? Do we want to hit the garage? What do we want to hit? So eventually I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna tag the door, and you tag something else. And we've been standing out there so long that the second I let the egg go from the sidewalk to the door, the second I let it go, the door swings open and the guy says, "What the fuck are you doing?" Flat him right in the face. An old man right in the face. Not an old man, but a dad.
A dad.
So 50-year-old
A dad.
dude.
Just a dad.
Just a dad.
Right in the face. He says, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Me and my boy take off as fast as we can, all out, sprint, laughing our asses off, get all the way back, and his truck was out. This guy's truck was out. It was snowing. We were dodging this guy for about an hour trying to get back to my place. But that's my story. Mark Lyden, Eli Latinovich was with me. We were in sixth grade. Feel free to share. It's absolutely hilarious. All right, have a good one, folks.
My man.
Yeah, we appreciate that submission. And
This
is
is
the
dad
second time
years old.
Yeah, this is the second time we heard it, and man, that's a fucking classic. I couldn't even imagine what you were thinking the second that egg leaves your hand, and it's just going right for this guy's fucking forehead. Man, if only like smartphones were more accessible a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was just, I would love to see the actual clip of that, or Ring doorbells. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That would be front row seats.
Dude, if he had a Ring doorbell and they did that, I swear to God, I would go back the next day and be like, dude, I'm sorry. I know what happened. I apologize for egging you in the face. But can I please have that footage? Because that is hilarious. Because I didn't even think about that. If there was the Ring doorbell, he would probably be, right in view of getting splattered in the face if he was out his front door. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Well, that's I was talking when I posted about our ding dong ditch clip from the last episode on our Instagram. I'm like, can people even ding dong ditch anymore? Because with the Ring doorbell, it's probably just diminished the amount of opportunity for ding dong ditching.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. Because there's
I'm sure there's some houses that don't my dad, never mind, but my mom, definitely not.
Dude, they're everywhere now. Amazon Prime Day, they just had a whole set of cameras for your entire house, 2 doorbell things for the front and the back, and then 3 or 4 for around the house, and it was $80. They're everywhere now. That probably does fuck me up.
Yeah, it definitely does, and I'm happy we grew up when we did, because he said the natural step, ding dong ditch, egg someone's house. And me and my other buddy at the time, I won't incriminate anybody else other than myself. I lived in this townhouse area, and the landlords had this abandoned house in the back, and we thought we were going to be all cool. And we like go in my kitchen and grab some eggs, probably like 4 eggs each. And man, we just start chucking them at the windows. It's dripping all over, and it's summertime. And since it's in the middle of the day, since no one lives there, it's like bacon. It's like scrambled eggs all over this house. Yeah, pretty gross stuff. And so then, I didn't know this at the time, but I found out that house was the abandoned house of the landlord's previous, I mean, I guess it was not their previous, but their parents had died. And they were super fucking pissed.
I actually think...
And they were like trying to figure out...
I think I remember you telling me.
They were trying to figure out... Oh, yeah. I mean, they were trying to figure it out, and... Unfortunately, if you guys saw my last episode, my neighbor was the fall for my watching porn for the first time. They blamed the same fucking guy for egg in the house because he was older and he was rowdier. But, you know, me and my other buddy were maybe 12, maybe 13 at this time, just making scrambled eggs on this guy's house. And we had this nice community where the landlord and all the people were friends with the next door neighbors. And that, like, destroyed the whole community. I mean, they put this big fence up where there was, like, no more community gatherings. It was bad. And after that, like, the whole place went fucking downhill. So, me and my other buddy, if you're listening, you know who you are. We destroyed a community. I'm sorry. Because we wanted to scramble some eggs on a fucking abandoned house.
And you're both pieces of shit for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Didn't they have to, like, redo the inside or something after that? Or didn't you ruin a window at one of those places?
No, it was all on the outside. It was just like, they're like, we have to repaint.
Yeah.
I'm like, you haven't fucking painted this house in
Okay,
decades.
I knew there was something that they had to do after that, because I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was bad, but, you know, what are you going to fucking do?
What are you going to do? Naturally, that's a progression. Eggs.
Yeah, like, it's, if you ding-dong ditch, you don't have a choice. It's ding-dong ditch, eggs, then jail. We just haven't got to that part yet.
We're still young.
Life is long. Life is long.
Life is long.
But yeah, so what else did you do this weekend, Bob?
House or dog sat for my mom. Watched some fights that we'll get into here in a little bit. Golfed a bit. Golfed a lot.
Was it hot up there in Ohio this weekend?
No, it was perfect.
Man, I live in Florida, South Florida. And it's fucking hot every day. And my dad is deciding to capitalize on the housing market right now, selling one of his condos and moving on to the other one. So he's like, hey, you want to help me? And I'm like, sure. So I go over and I'm helping him. And it's 100, maybe 105 degrees out. It's fucking hot. And I'm a sweater as it is, as you can see from my greasy forehead if you're watching the video version of this or the clips. So I get home after a long day. I mean, you could wring my fucking shirt out and everything. I'm a stinky piece of shit. And so I get out of the shower. Or I go into the shower, and then I get out of the shower. And and it leads me to the question that I want to ask you, Bob. When you get out of the shower, what is the first thing that you dry with the towel?
My asshole? No, I'm just kidding. Mostly my hair.
So you do your hair first. Is it because it's really like long? Because your hair is curly. It used to be really long. Is that why?
No, it's just because I hate the water dripping down my, if my hair is wet and it just keeps dripping down on my face, it really drives me fucking crazy. I want to put holes in the wall. I don't know why it irritates me so much, but I just have to dry my hair first. Then I normally go asshole.
See, so I get out of the shower, and it really dawned on me because, I was sweating. And first thing I do is I start drying my fucking balls and my dick and everything else down there. And then I'm like, oh, wait, my hair and my face. And then I'm like, did I just put my balls and my ass all over my face?
You teabagged yourself, yeah.
And, yeah, I literally teabagged myself. And it gets me to the question, how long have I been teabagging myself? I'm going to be 26 this year. Have I been teabagging myself for 26 years?
At least, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, at least.
If you just now...
I mean, I guess that's the most it would be, 26 years, because I'm not 26 yet.
Yeah, at least 25.
But, that's a long time to be teabagging myself.
Yeah. It was
a
quarter of a century
so you
to
talk
teabag
about
yourself.
So you talk about the hair, the water dripping off your hair. So after college, I put a little bit of weight on, living the office life, and I got to the point where I'm like, fuck, I need to lose a little bit of weight because I get out of the shower and I have like stomach hair, right? Like a little happy trail, and the water drips off of that onto my dick, and I'm like, that's when you know you have a bigger belly because it's hanging out and dripping, not just sliding right down like it used to.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my God.
I honestly don't even know how to respond to that.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Sorry, got off a little off topic there, but man, I was like as it's rolling. I mean, from one bigger guy to another. Like, does that happen to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're not big. Like, there are obese people out there, but we got a little chub. We got a little around
I'm a
there.
fat piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean that happens.
No,
so,
no,
yeah,
no.
just. I mean, I've never even.
But like to me,
I
I'm
never
like,
even liked it.
fuck. I need to eat a salad ASAP.
Yeah, I think that frequently. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's annoying too.
Oh man, it's fucking bad. I mean, I've never had it, so I'm
Can
like,
you say that one more time?
maybe
for me,
I
please?
gotta.
Can you just say that one more time? What happens? It drips off of your stomach onto your balls.
Yeah. So
Is that
like,
what
so-
you said?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, when I turn the shower off, there's some water that still drips down
Yeah.
you. And I have, like, a happy trail, like, from my belly button down to, like, my waistline. And it's not, like, connected to my pubes or anything, but
From
it's,
my
like,
chest fro down to my
just
ball
there.
fro.
Yeah. It's like that. But, the water gets there, and it, like, drips down. And, like, you got your stomach hanging over a little bit, and you got your dong, and the drips are just going down and hitting
That's
it.
how you know you got a big
never
stomach.
Yeah, that's how you know. You gotta get rid of
Well,
it.
too
a
many
little
of
bit.
these, man. That's where mine comes from. Too many
Well,
of these.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, you want to eat that salad, but then I'm like, I eat a salad, and then I'm fucking starving still. So then I eat a salad and a burger, when I would have been better off just
Exactly.
eating a burger.
What's better, a fucking salad with some chicken in it or a taco? I mean, I'm going tacos all day, son.
I'm going tacos,
all
too.
day. Well, tacos carne asada, bro.
And when you guys listen to this, it's going to be Taco Tuesday, so go get some tacos and some margs. Let's look
Carne
it up.
asada, dude.
Yeah, but I know it's been a pretty crazy weekend, and you being the UFC buff, and I know it's kind of hard to jump from water dripping on your dick from your fat stomach over to the UFC.
Ball fro.
But yeah, from your stomach fro to your ball fro. So it's but I want you to dive into the UFC because I think a lot of people here need to get fucking educated based off of the Instagram story that we put out there.
Yeah, that's a little discouraging to me. What was it? 79% voted Conor.
Yeah, 79% of you people voted Conor McGregor.
I
was
did
gonna
see
win.
one of
You guys
them
look
though.
fucking
I did
silly.
see one of them though that said they DM'd us and he was like, I accidentally voted for Conor because
No, he accidentally voted for Dustin
Oh.
because I put it on the wrong side where the image
Okay.
were. So that guy, you're welcome. I made you look like a fucking genius.
And that you are, buddy. You're a genius. But yeah, I mean, for 79% of people we got a good amount of a damn good amount of followers on Instagram for doing this for a little over a month. For 79,
Yeah, over 500 participants actually went through that Instagram story and actually interacted. It was a
and
lot.
79% of you guys voted for Conor McGregor. As if, all right, I like Dustin. Dustin he's been putting in work for a very long time. He's a fucking savage. He might not be as entertaining as Conor, and I know that's why a lot of people like Conor because he's fun, he's electrifying, he brought the entertainment value into the sport, and I get that. But to everybody that holds on to what Conor was, needs to let it go because it's not there anymore. Ever since he went and boxed Floyd, it has not been there. His shit talking's been there a few times since then with Habib and shit, but I want to say that was building before he went and boxed Mayweather. I could have my timelines fucked up. I don't know. I'm not perfect, and I'm tipsy now. But like, it just seems like that not only fans but Dana is holding on to a pastime. You know, like he's holding on to that.
Well, he's the poster child.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll give it to him.
He helped make the UFC a lot more popular. It's kind of
did.
like
He single-handedly.
if you watched The Last Dance about Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan was the poster child of the NBA and single-handedly pretty much made it what it is today. And the NBA always has to have somebody. It was like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and they've been lucky. LeBron James has been there for a long time. But in UFC, I feel like your timeline is not that long getting the fucking shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he have? 23 wins? 22, 23
in his
wins?
professional career,
and
yeah.
he has like 6 losses. Just in your professional career. Not the shit kicked that you, or not the shit that you got kicked out of you pretty much the whole entire life to get there.
Yeah.
So, I feel like they're trying to hold on to it because they're like, who is the next shit talker? Who's the next poster child? So, I just had to chime in there. I'll let the guru get
To
back
answer your
it.
question, though, Sean O'Malley.
You
Yes,
think?
Sean O'Malley's going to be the next Conor McGregor. I mean, once he starts putting away people ranked, I mean, Sean's 26 years old, and he's already a huge draw. And he's had, I don't know, I want to say he's only had 5 or 6 fights in the UFC, not including the Contender Series fights. I mean, he's 20. He still has a whole fucking 10 years before, you know, he's got to start thinking about, you know, the end of his career. But we'll get there in a minute. But Connor's done. I mean, he's had the last time he won a fight in the lightweight division was, I want to say 2016 or 2017. I forget.
Really?
Yeah, he hasn't won in that division in a long time. Because if you think about it,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
I mean, if you think about it, though, he went and fought Mayweather in 2017, I think. Came back after that fight. His next fight was Habib. Habib whooped his ass. I mean, Conor, you know, all credit due, gave Habib his first knockdown. And his first, I don't think he knocked him down. I think Conor beat him for a round for the first time in Habib's career. First and only time. There it is.
Sorry, I got to crack another one.
There it is. But, yeah, I mean, it just, he hasn't won a fight. He hasn't been relevant other than his star status. Like Dustin said, I mean, he's a star. I mean, it's what he does for the sport, and I get it. But, and yeah, the fight yesterday, you know, last night didn't end the way I wanted it to end. I wanted it to end by Dustin knocking him out again, fucking him up.
Yeah, you don't want to leave any questions
Right.
unanswered. That's what that was. I know Bob calls me at 1 o'clock in the morning, like freaking the fuck out. So excited to record this episode. And he's like, it's good. It's the fucking biggest thing ever. He's so pumped about it. And Bob's way more into it than I am, and I'm getting there. But he's like educating me about it. And I do agree. I did a lot of education today. I mean, I don't see how Conor isn't done. I didn't know about the win thing. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So he already hasn't won in 4 years. I mean, we're halfway through 21 already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're coming up on 4, potentially 5 years if it's 2016. And how the fuck are you going to ever come back from this? That's a terrible injury. And that area of the body has such poor blood supply that it takes forever to heal. So, how long is he going to take? A year to come back? And then he has to train again.
Yeah, he won't fight for at least a year, I would assume. Like, he could probably be recovered.
So it's just going to keep going longer and longer.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, Bob. It's getting to the point where this motherfucker hasn't won in almost 10 years at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, that if it's a year, and say let's just say his last win was in 2016. So it's 5 years. A year from now, it's going to be 6 years. We're coming up on a fucking
well,
decade.
he's won
How
since
is
then.
this guy going to
He's
be
won since then. He hasn't
has?
won in the lightweight division. So when he came back
Okay.
after
My
the
bad, my
layoff
bad.
from Habib, he went up to 170 and fought Cowboy and fucked Cowboy up in 46 seconds or something like that. But
I should make it clear. I'm uneducated with this. I'm trying to get better, but Bob has years of knowledge that I do not have. I'm only going with the facts that I know and the research that I'm able to do as it comes.
yeah, I put that wrong. That was my fault. The way I said it the first time. But Like,
Yeah, Bob, you're leading us down a bad path.
but like that wasn't in Conor. That was his first time at 170. So like that doesn't really count. Like he won, but that's not the division that he claims to run, which is lightweight, where Dustin now beat him twice, and Khabib beat him, and you know, it just. I would never be happy for somebody breaking their leg or getting hurt, but this was the best and the worst thing to happen, I think, for the division. It's the best thing because, unfortunately for the people that are Conor dick riders, he's probably not going to fight again. You know, he's probably going to heal up, probably go for the big Manny Pacquiao fight in boxing that he wants, or fighting Floyd again, or hell, maybe now after getting his shit handed to him again, going and fighting a YouTube fucking star.
Yeah, I mean, is he really above it at that point? Being on pretty big losing streak, getting the shit kicked out of him. I mean, maybe he does need to go beat back up on these people to get some confidence and get that payday that he is looking for. I mean, it could play nicely. He's gonna have some heal up time. It's gonna give time for like the Jake Paul, because he's not gonna fight anybody else if he ever did go down there. He's gonna want to fight Jake if anybody.
Yeah. Jake's the only one that's done anything.
It could be. Yeah, and it gives time because if Jake wins this next fight, like then it's like holy.
If
fuck.
Jake beats Tyron Woodley,
like,
I would be willing to bet money that Conor goes and fights Jake in boxing.
Yeah, I just think that's a natural progression, and I don't want to get too far off that rabbit hole, but I do think that is a natural branch or a natural opportunity for him to potentially take. I kind of wanted to dive into it just for my sake and the viewer's sake of wanting to get into the sport a little bit more. Because I was looking at the second fight that they had and this fight, just pretty much side by side. And it looked like Conor had like a totally different mindset. The first time he was very boxer-oriented. A lot of jabs, not so many kicks. And this time he looked like a fucking maniac. A lot of leg kicks, not really landing, and nothing really calculated.
Yeah.
And Dustin just you could tell he just watched the shit out of the film. And he got the measurements down. Because last time it took him to the second round to figure out the length of his punches, the kicks, anything that was there. And this time it was halfway through the first. And he was like, this is my fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, people can say what they want about the fight getting ended, you know, the way it did. And again, that's not how I wanted it to end either. But you can't deny that Conor got some good shots in there too. Dustin even admitted in the post-fight press that he got wobbled. Or actually it was his interview after the fight, like in the ring. He was like, he hit me hard, he stunned me a little bit, but I didn't lose my legs. But he hit me. He hit me good. And I saw it. He hit him good. And
yeah, he had like one punch, but outside of that, all I saw were the elbows.
Those elbows were vicious. And
those were fucking nasty.
Yeah, and the thing that I thought was funny too, that makes me just, I don't want to say that I hate Conor, but this is something that makes me hate Conor. How leading up to it this week, or the whole week leading up to the fight, he's like, the first person to shoot or go for submission or whatever he said's a bitch or something. I forget what he said, but something along those lines. The dude fucking or the other thing he said was, I don't count my losses by submission or decision or anything. Only thing that matters is knockouts and TKOs or something like that. The dickhead goes for a guillotine twice. What the fuck are you talking? So if you won, after you said that, you'd be like, oh, I won. You wouldn't be like, I don't count it. I didn't knock him out. Conor's an idiot.
Well, he only doesn't count his losses to it. He would include it in his wins.
Well, he was also taking a shot at Dustin for getting a couple submission wins in his last 8 fights. So he was like taking shots. Like, you're an idiot. Why are you? You're an idiot. It pissed me off. You went for a guillotine twice. Nicely executed guillotines as well, I may add. They were nice. They were sunk in. Dustin pulled out of it, but they were nice.
Yeah, I just look at that round. I mean, we're dealing with 5 minutes here, and it's like, I look at that, and outside of two different areas, Dustin wins the entire thing. That's Dustin's round. I don't care. Yeah. That is, if it goes through the whole entire fight like that, Dustin wins. No fucking doubt about it. And we're in the same exact scenario, but all questions are answered at this point. Not just leaving, is there going to be a rematch? And they're like, we're going to fight in the street. Like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not.
There's a few things that you just touched on that pissed me off, too.
Yeah, like, and then I just wanted to say one other thing, and then I'll toss it over to you.
Good.
Saying that he's gonna fucking kill him, like, dude, I get it's fighting, but have fucking class. Like, just be a fucking man about it. Like, you try the. I feel like as he's gotten worse, because I've watched older stuff of Conor to try and become better, but his shit talking has escalated. And it's like overcompensating because he's trying to like play these mind games where he's not there physically with these people.
No, he's not.
And Conor's wins are getting the jump on somebody. They're never long. I think they said 22 out of his 23 or 24 wins are fucking TKOs or KOs.
Yeah.
So going the distance could be pretty fucking hard for him, I bet.
It most likely is because again, you got to give credit where credit's due. The dude has he has some of the wildest knockouts that there are. He has insane power. His speed is great.
He's electric.
And
he's absolutely
electric.
And
like Dustin said, his timing is perfect. Like, he has great timing. I mean, when he's ready to come through, he does it at the right time and just clips everybody that he hits. But what you said with saying he was gonna kill him and all this shit, and he's gonna leave. Dustin was gonna leave on a stretcher. Guess what, motherfucker? You left on a stretcher. The irony is it's
man, that's
perfect.
So fucking great.
Like, last night I couldn't help but to say, like, when people are like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, do you believe in God? Because this is how God intended it to be. You're saying that you're gonna fucking kill somebody in there and they're gonna leave on a stretcher and blah blah blah. You left on a stretcher. Like, I love it. It's so.
Yeah.
Again, I don't ever wish for anybody to get an injury like that in the ring. I don't want that. It's never great. But it's ironic. Like, it's perfect. Like it.
Yeah, there's almost like a humor element behind it because he's talking all this shit. Where,
it's like it was a written script.
Like, yeah, it literally is like almost like a movie, and it's like, is that real? And I can't believe that happened. Like, and that's a great point, bouncing off what I was saying. And I also want to touch back. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but I'm just saying, like, his game is like trying to evolve. Like, if certain things fall in certain areas, like, he is older. I mean, how long has he been doing this? A decade? Longer? Like, professionally?
Yeah, a long time.
And okay, so like, and when you get to the later stage of your career, you gotta become mentally stronger. You gotta fuck with your opponent more because you won the first match with him, he won the second match, so you're even. So how do you get the head? Because it's pretty much meeting again, and it's getting in the fucking person's head, and it looked like it because it was fucking chaotic.
Yeah,
that was a chaotic looking fight.
Yeah, it was.
Also, I just want to apologize. I got a fucking sailor mouth, I know, and that might turn people off.
Yeah,
but
fuck it.
We're drinking over here, and we're with the boys.
If you don't like swear words, you're watching the wrong podcast. Sorry, fellas and ladies. But a few things I want to say that before we get off of Conor. First off, Mrs. Poirier, if you're watching this, if you ever see this, you are awesome. So as Conor is laying on the ground and Rogan's sitting next to him in the cage, and Conor's sitting there like, "Oi, me leg," and all this dumb shit. He's yelling, "This ain't over." Like, Dustin's wife is standing there in the middle of the octagon, flipping him off, just staring him down and flipping him off. Yes, there's a fantastic picture that I want to get framed and put it right there on that wall, right behind my little lamp here, because it is awesome. Conor's only shit talking this entire thing was shit about Dustin's wife, saying that he made some fake thing with that was like her sending him a DM request or whatever, and he's like, "Your wife," as he's sitting there with a broken leg, saying, "This ain't over," and all this shit like, "Your wife's in my DMs," and blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. She's standing there flipping him off. I loved it. It was the coolest thing I've seen in there.
Well, and did you also see the meme where he's like sitting there where it's like, "Oh, my leg," like you were saying, and Joe Rogan's sitting there, and Joe Rogan's like, "Have you ever tried?"
Yeah, dude, the memes are great. That's another thing. Like, I don't know if Conor can handle the fact that he's been a meme 2 fights in a row now. Like, Jake Paul just made that $100,000 chain of him, and actually that's a cool thing too. So I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Again, I'm hungover. My brain's not working right today. But
he's hungover. He's buzzed. Give him a fucking.
I'm just having a good time.
Drinking with the boys.
But so Jake Paul went on Twitter today and said, "Hey Dustin Poirier, do you want me to ship this to you? $100K gift from me. I think you deserve it. Let me know." And it's a picture of Conor, like Jake's Conor chain. And Dustin said, "Send it over." And Jake said, "I got you."
Do you have the picture of it?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Just pull it up. Yeah. That's $100,000.
Yeah, I don't know how it's $100,000. It might just be the actual chain that it's hanging on, but that's just like a porcelain. And Conor's
because I'm like, how...
Conor's shorts are flooded out too with diamonds. But I mean, Dustin's like, "Yeah, send it over." And Jake says, "I got you. Do you want me to snap the or do you want me to send it with the ankle snapped off, or do you want to do it?" And dude, I love it, man.
Oh my god, ruthless.
But yeah, one more thing that pissed me off, unless I think of more. Dana's in there saying that he's going to give him a fourth fight with him. He's going to give Conor a fourth shot at Dustin. And I get it.
And see, that might be...
I get it. You know, that's a terrible way to end a trilogy. But let Dustin go fight for the belt. And if Dustin beats Oliveira, how the fuck are you going to justify giving Conor a title shot against Dustin just because they had a fucking trilogy that ended bad? You can't do it. Now, if Dustin loses against Oliveira...
You gotta let someone like fly free and go be their own person. Not holding them back because of fucking Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Dustin has lost 1 out of his last 8 fights. There's no way in hell. There isn't a world that we can... We don't live in a world where if Dustin goes and beats Oliveira for the belt, that you can't... There's no justification of giving Conor a fight against Dustin as a lightweight champion after Conor has lost how many fights in the division. You can't do it. Now, if you put Conor up against a few people in the top 10 and he works his way up and he gets 2 or 3, you know...
But that's years.
Yeah, that's years.
What you told me last episode, it's 6 months minimum between
most
fights.
of the time, yeah.
So okay, so now we're a year out for them to get back. Let's just say it's a year, and then he needs to do 2 fights, two maybe 3 fights. So we're 2.5 years away from a potential rematch if he needs to work his way up. Because I agree, that's fucked up for the rest of the people who are winning, and Dustin who has only lost 1 fight in the last 8. That's not right.
No, it's not. That's
the thing that I'm gonna have a hard time with getting into UFC is the unstructuredness of it, and it's kind of like, well, what's gonna make the most money and what's gonna make the least amount of money for my fighters, and it's kind of how it is. So it's kind of frustrating. But I do want to jump off of this, getting over to the Sean O'Malley fight, because you mentioned him and he's kind of gonna be like the next poster boy.
Yeah.
But just 1 second, for anybody that watched this fight, did anybody else think that looked like George Washington running around with a fucking powdered wig, and then the other guy, Chris, with his radioactive green hair? I'm like, this looks like a fucking cartoon. Like, the cartoon's always got this crazy looking shit. What are we doing here, guys?
I did think it was funny that Sean was fighting somebody else that also has crazy colored hair, because Sean...
It was weird. It was so
Sean
crazy.
loves that 6'9" colored hair and shit, like he's done in the past few fights. I want to say this is the first fight that I've seen him with like a more normal color hair.
It was like a powdered wig. From the 4th of July, I watched the movie The Patriot. If you've ever watched it, it's really great. Mel Gibson. Before he used to do... never mind. I don't want to get into whatever he...
Melly Mel.
But... Well, so but yeah, they all wearing their Falcon powdered wigs because they have license stuff, and then I turn this shit on, and here's this guy fucking running around with a powdered wig, beating the fuck out of the radioactive green-haired fuck. And when I say beating the fuck, I mean beating the fuck out of him.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man. That was a good fight.
Yeah.
So, as we're watching it, obviously we're recognizing that the UFC rookie's getting Chris. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, we're terrible at pronunciating. We were not excelling in high school. I'm
Not
sorry.
big pronunciation guys.
And if you knew our high school, you'd get
Yeah,
why.
you get it. God damn it. But like as we're watching it, we're understanding that he's getting the shit kicked out of him. Like Sean's putting work in. But then the fight gets called, and we're like, what? Like I think there was 30 seconds left. There was under a minute, I want to say, in the fight.
There was 30 seconds. I saw that at the end of the fight, and yeah, just keep going. I just wanted to.
Like at first we were shocked, I guess. Like what? Finish the fight, and we were like, it's a weird stoppage. Not bad, but weird. And then I went back and watched it today. I was like, that fucking shit should have been stopped like a minute before that. Like he was getting the shit. That kid probably has the most heart and the strongest chin in the goddamn UFC.
Well, I mean, talk about getting your moment. I mean, I can't say he was owning it, but just putting everything you have into it. I mean, what's the opportunity there? I mean, how few people actually get to go into the UFC and fight someone who is the poster child of it? I mean, how many fans did he gain last night? Yeah, he's not the best fighter, obviously, but people are gonna like him just because his face was broken. That guy has to go fly down to go see Dr. Miami and get that shit reconstructed before his next fucking fight. And maybe they can put like a steel plate in there to help, because this guy can't dodge a fucking punch for his life. And once he is able to dodge a fucking punch, it's over. Talking about getting your punches down, dodging. I mean, you're gonna be able to go the 5 rounds or however many rounds, because I know it starts to fluctuate.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he can do on a full fight camp. I mean, he came into that on 11 days notice, I believe. Maybe shorter. I think it was 11 though. But I'm curious to see what he can do with a full fight camp. And 11 days is tough for anybody. But you're right. I mean, homeboy was standing in the pocket, getting fucking lit up.
Chris looked like the guy, one of those punching bags from Dick's Sporting Goods, where they have no legs and no arms, and they're just sitting there like this, and you're going over there, you're just punching him right in the face, and he can't move.
Yeah.
He did not know how to dodge a punch. I cannot believe. I'm curious if there's like any like news reports that have come out, like how many bones in your fucking face are broken. It looked so bad.
Yeah, Dana said in his because every night Dana's the first person to go up after the card and do like a post-fight press thing. And he was like, that was one of the first questions that somebody asked. And he was like, no, we sent that dude straight to the hospital. Like, as soon as he got backstage, we put him in an ambulance and sent him to the hospital to get him checked out.
Yeah. I mean, especially your nose. You do not want to fuck.
Yeah, because like I said, how we were like, in the moment, we were like, that's a weird stoppage. Dana was asked, like, do you think that was a bad stoppage? And he said, no, absolutely not. If anything, that fight should have been called the end of the round before. Like, it should have been called.
Yeah.
But that kid, he's got a hell of a chin on him. He's a fucking fighter. A fighter. And I'm excited to see him. That's new talent in the division. And I fucking love it, dude. That was pretty ballsy stepping up against Sean O'Malley on 11 days' notice.
And he got some hits.
He did.
In. I mean, I don't care. He was chasing Sean down, and Sean was running away.
Yeah, he was like a goddamn zombie just walking directly at him. He wouldn't quit.
Yeah. And I think it was the second or third round where he like got life into him, and he was like, I can punch back instead of just getting punched in my face. And he started landing. I'm like, man, like you're not gonna win this fight on like on a decision, but if you knock him out, like talk about going absolutely viral. Face broken, probably can't breathe anymore. To knocking out Sean O'Malley, but it didn't happen. But I think I am excited about that, and I like that there's going to be new talent in there. So since me being a new fan, someone I can keep my eye on from start until wherever this.
Yeah,
goes.
another thing that I saw that was interesting about that dude is he quit. He had a day job. I forget where. It was like some big chain store. I forget where the hell it was, but he quit his job a month or two ago, maybe. And he made more money on this fight than he's ever seen in his life. I think his fight paycheck to show was $28,000, And then they got fight of the night, so we got another.
That sounds like a lot from the UFC.
Yeah, for a rookie first fight, yeah, it actually, like, I'm not even joking. It actually does sound like a lot.
I know. That's on the last episode, or whenever we were bitching about the UFC. I mean, we were doing research, and it was kind of pathetic.
It's
how
sad.
These people put their life on the line, and if that you think that's an overstatement?
No, they don't even get lifetime health benefits from them.
Yeah, we talked all about that. I don't want to get into that rant because that's just a whole fucking rant.
Yeah, he made the 28 to show, and then he got fight of the night, so he got a $75,000 bonus.
Can you still hear me all right sitting back here?
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting night. There were some other good fights. The woman beater, what's his goddamn name? I don't know, some dude that came from the NFL that got dropped for a domestic violence case or something. He fought
Ray Rice?
No, not Ray Rice. Not Ray Rice.
Oh, sorry. There's such a long list.
There's a long list. But somebody, God, why can't I think of his name? He fought this Tua Tavisa guy or something, and he got knocked out first round. That was sweet. And the dude that won Tua Visa, he was doing shoeies. You know what a shoey is? Somebody takes their shoe off and fills it up with beer, and he chugs it out of the shoe.
Oh, okay.
So, dude, he wins, right? And he's walking out, like, back to the backstage, and people are just taking their shoes off and pouring their beer in it and handing it to him, and he's like, just chugging it. And he's handing the shoe back. This one dude, I don't know if he bought the hot sauce, but my best guess is he was somebody sitting front row of the pre-fight press thing where Conor grabbed Dustin's hot sauce and threw it into the crowd to get it off the table. And this dude had Dustin's hot sauce, poured his beer into his shoe, and then squirted Dustin's hot sauce into it and gave it to Avisa, and he drank it. He wasn't expecting it. He didn't see the dude pour the hot sauce in it. He's like, what the fuck was that? And he gave the shoe back.
Oh, man, I missed that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking funny, man.
But all this UFC talk, it kind of gets me wondering. Outside of, like, you know, back in the day, like, you would use people go to, like, a circus, and you could actually, like, fight like a bear. You ever see that before?
I've seen that.
And I don't want to put this into, like, bear versus gorilla, that stupid shit. But I want to know, do you think you could beat a kangaroo's ass?
Absolutely not.
Dude, have you ever seen these things? They're like fucking roided up, like the bucks. They're fucking six pack. Also, Sons in 4, but not fuck those.
Sons in 4.
But yeah, like they have these six packs, these big fucking traps on their neck, and they're just flexing, and they're scary as fuck. And I went to the University of Akron, where we're the Zips, go Zips, but we fucking suck. So you give kangaroos a bad name. But yeah, so why don't you think you could beat a kangaroo? Because most people, they're thinking of a kangaroo, this little cute animal, and they're thinking like Kangaroo Jack back in the day.
Yeah, well, I think of that too. I used to think of him that way, but then I saw a video of this, like what you were saying, a fucking jacked kangaroo that looks like it was on steroids, like John Jones on steroids. Fuck you, John Jones. Go fight somebody. But yeah, ever since I saw that, I don't ever think of kangaroos as cute little jumping around animals anymore. I think of them as like fucking weird human mutants that got a tail and a pouch.
Yeah, they're creepy.
They are.
And like the video that I think everyone has seen at this point, where this, sorry if you guys could hear the thunder, man. But you know we're in Tampa Bay, so you know what comes with thunder? Lightning. Sorry. But yeah, the video I saw is like where the kangaroo gets the fucking dog in like a headlock. And the owner comes over and he just punches him right in the face. He's like, get the fuck off of my dog. And the kangaroo's like,
what the fuck, man?
And yeah, he's like, dude, I'm just hugging him around his neck. And I'm like, man, that guy could beat the fuck out of Conor McGregor.
Probably.
But in all seriousness, they're scary ass creatures. And I've seen so many of them where they're like grabbing people, and I didn't know this until I saw videos. They sit back on their tail and they like kick their feet up. Sorry if I just hit my mic. And I guess their claws, if they get your skin, they can rip your skin open and, like, gut you.
Fuck those things.
That's what I was reading. I tried to come with the heat.
Dude.
Bring the heat!
I didn't know they had fucking claws. I thought they had, like, this is going to sound weird, and I promise you I'm not that slow. I also never really looked into kangaroos that much, but I thought they had, like, hooves like horses. Hooves.
Big hooves.
What are you, a fucking owl? I don't know why I thought that. I didn't know they had fucking claws.
Yeah, they have, like, these claws down there, and, man, they just fucking get you.
They just keep getting weirder and weirder the more I hear about a goddamn kangaroo.
I kind of wish you thought, like, you could kick a kangaroo's ass so I could inform you, but now I'm just kind of like, yeah, you right, and hyping it up.
I mean, I could probably get a punch or two in, but now that I know they have claws, I would run away from it.
Yeah, I remember you used to kick some footballs back in the day.
Yeah, until I broke my leg.
Yeah, till that fat fuck fell on your leg and snapped her in half, like Conor McGregor.
Hey!
Hey! But you know, you can kick his ass. Maybe kick him in the nuts. It's not too cheap.
Kick him in the pouch.
If the guy think about if that kangaroo has Carl in that headlock.
Oh, if that kangaroo had Carl, I'd
Carl,
fucking cut its head off. Carl's my dog, for anybody who doesn't understand.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not his lover. But
I have a lover named Carl too, actually.
Yeah, that's a dog too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's crazy, like, because you think of these kangaroos as being so cute, and they're just fucking roided up human mutants with tails.
Yeah, and they fucking sit, like you were saying, they sit on them, they balance, and they have a fucking pouch that they put shit in. They could have a gun in there, you don't know.
Yeah. What if a kangaroo, like, especially a kangaroo from Akron, Ohio?
That kangaroo definitely has a gun in there, yeah.
Yeah, he's walking up to your car, he's like, put the money in the bag! Put the money in the bag!
Motherfucker! Tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Give me your money.
Oh, dude, yeah, man, and they could rob a bank too because they do got that pouch. Like, put your hands up. Like, where's the stuff? And it's just in the pouch. Like, no, that's my little Joey down there. That ain't money.
Little Joey.
Sorry. About this point in the podcast, when we were a couple seltzers deep, we started feeling it. But you know, I mentioned about the thunder and the lightning. Now, for being from the Tampa Bay, and the Tampa Bay Lightning actually just won the Stanley Cup back to back. And ever since that motherfucker Tom Brady came into the Bay Area, the Bay teams have been on fire. They've gone to 5 championships across all their professional sports teams. Wait, is it 5? 4. Wait. 4 games, and they've won 3 of them. Is Tampa Bay the next city of dynasties?
Holy shit. I mean, I wanted to say no, but I didn't know the Lightning went back to back.
Yeah, Lightning went back to back. The Bucks just won the Super Bowl, and they're bringing all 22 people back and improving it in certain areas. And the Rays actually went to the World Series but ended up losing. But they did win their conference, so technically they're like half a champ.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, like half a chub.
It'd be cool if they did. I mean, has that ever happened before? Like, all major sport teams from the area winning championships within a couple year span? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's impressive, though.
I know the Steelers. I know, like, Pittsburgh's a city of champions because, like, the Penguins have won, the Pirates have won,
the
Steelers
Pirates have won. I don't watch baseball very much, but I thought the Pirates were fucking trash.
Well, they are trash, and that's why my boy Pat McAfee, if you're seeing this, I love you, man. That's why Pat is trying to buy the Pirates. Sell the team. Hashtag sell the team.
Hashtag sell the team.
Bob doesn't know because Bob is busier than I am, and
not a big Pittsburgh guy either.
And I also get to sit on a computer all day and listen to podcasts, so it gives me a little bit more time to listen to my boy Pat. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting, and I don't know outside of that if other cities have like that, but I know Steelers, like, every single professional organization there has won championships, so they are a city of champs. just like Tampa now.
Hey, dude, if they can do it, that's awesome. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with everybody. I hope that the Bucks don't go back-to-back. Fuck the Bucks. Well, fuck Tom Brady. Shout out the Bucks. But, I mean, that'd be sweet if they did. I mean, if the one thing that I would like about it if the Bucks could go back-to-back, even, maybe. Who knows? Kind of like us on Resurgence.
Back-to-back again.
Sorry, this Twisted Tea's giving me trouble here. God damn it. Fuck it. I guess I'm...
While you're getting that Twisted Tea open, I just want to say this. If you didn't know this, too, they've won more championships in the past 2 years than they've won, I think, in the entirety of all of their sports organizations combined.
Wow. Hey, shout out Tampa.
So, yeah, shout out Tampa. And, guys, if you don't know, we're trying to get Bob to move down to Tampa. They get the studio going, but this guy's a fucking bum.
Hey, you're right.
So, if you can, go over to our Instagram and leave a message, or not leave a message, leave a comment on whatever our most recent post is and say, Bob's a bum. Move to Tampa.
Bob is a bum.
So,
Bob is a bum. Also go to our Twitter and mention us there too.
Yeah, but the episode is not over. I don't want you guys to think that, because I left one banger for you guys at the end. And for my TikTok folks, I hope you enjoy this. So, everybody from my generation, being a millennial, we all used to go on Chat Roulette or Omegle, and we all have our weird stories where there's big overweight guys jerking off. So one day I go over to my buddy Dylan's house. It's me, Dylan, my one friend Jane, and a couple other people, and we're on Omegle because that's what we used to do. And we run across this guy, big naked guy, and he's like, we're like, Skip, and he's like, no, wait. We're like, what do you want? And so, and he's like, pick one of these. And I'm like, I know where this is going. And it was a hairspray bottle about this big, that wide, like a little thing of deodorant, and maybe like a little water bottle. And I go, hairspray. And he goes, great. So he leans back, shoves this hairspray can up his ass.
Shut the fuck
and
up.
No. Up, I mean, like he must have just pulled that thing right out because it went straight right up. Like, no problem at all. And he sits up and starts doing his thing. And to top it off, you know, Dylan's parents are very cautious. And right as that goes on, I mean, I'm crying, laughing. And you hear his mom, he's like, what's so funny? She's knocking on the door. We're like, nothing. And I mean, because this guy's just like going to town. And while he has a hairspray bottle up his ass. And I mean, I have laughed very hard in my life, and you guys have heard it earlier this episode. But holy shit, when I saw someone do that, I had like almost my own one man, one jar situation going on. But it was one man, one bottle.
Oh my god. Did he spit on it?
No, dude. He fucking raw dogged it. He just sat right on it, shoved it right up his ass, and just was jerking it. Like, I couldn't believe that what was going on here.
I can't believe that was a website after that. Like, I've seen some shit on there before, but that, oh my god. My face is beat red.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was...
Oh my god.
It was what a time to be alive.
What a time!
We grew up at that perfect time. We grew up at that perfect time where, you know, people older than us were like, oh, there's too many cameras. But we grew up at a time where...
People shoved hairspray
the technology was just new enough where there wasn't all this parental advisory and people, you know, being really cautious of what they're putting on the internet, which you could tell that we're not very cautious of it. But... And then we could still go out and egg houses and all that other
and hit
shit.
people in the face with them. With the eggs, yeah.
Yeah, like that guy.
Shout out.
So yeah, shout out. Leave a voicemail. But yeah, this has been a long episode, and we've talked about a lot of different things, and I am really fucking feeling.
Hold on.
Rachel,
Did Dylan's mom come in? Like, did she ever end up?
After we slammed the fucking computer shut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after we slammed the computer shut. We were fucking crying out. She's like, what's so funny? And we're like, nothing. Like, who the fuck is buying this? Like, oh yeah, we just watched a guy shove a hairspray bottle up his ass about a foot long and then starts jerking off.
Oh my god.
And it's like, Yeah, that
guy's in
that
prison
guy's
now.
still- I don't know if he's in prison, but he's definitely getting anal reconstruction surgery.
Yes, he probably is.
Yeah.
Or
both.
going on his second or third anal reconstruction surgery. That's fucking
That
crazy.
thing is floppy. Yeah. Oh, man. What a time.
What a time, dude.
And if you have never been to Omegle or Chat Roulette, I'm not going to say go there.
But we're sure nothing's changed. You might.
Yeah, we're sure nothing's changed. This guy still might have a hairspray bottle
He
on
might.
his ass.
It probably
You
got
never know.
lost up there.
If you want to know who it is, just find a guy with like the poorest quality of video, and that's him.
That's him. And there's hairspray in his asshole.
Yeah, but do you have anything else for this episode, Bob?
No, that's about it. If you guys go to Omegle and have some cool stories, leave us a fucking voicemail about it. Let us know what somebody shoved up their ass when you were on there.
Yeah, leave a voicemail, and then you know, there's also some other progressions from earlier in the episode, from Ding Dong Ditching the Egging. Like, there's like pooping in a bag and lighting it on fire and stuff like that. Like, leave us a voicemail. I want to hear your crazy shit, because I've done some other crazier shit that I'll start leaking out the more we start drinking some of these delicious Bud Light seltzers. Shout out.
Shout out.
And shout out.
And yeah, I mean, we definitely want to hear crazy shit, but also if you guys have input on what we talk about on a previous episode that you listened to and want us, you know, to tap on your points of, you know, your opinion, leave us a voicemail on that too. Anything that's, you know, we want to interact with you guys a little more, and this is a really, really cool way to do it. So, again, if you guys want us to talk about something, or you guys got some awesome, crazy, fucked up stories, you have a dispute on anything that we may or may not have said, shoot us a voicemail. Shout out.
Shoot us a voicemail. But the other thing that we want you to do too is share the podcast with a friend. Just share it with a friend. Just, if you have one, everybody has at least one friend. Bob's my only friend, and I would share the podcast with them.
Yeah.
Just do it. Fucking send in a DM, send them on the story, send in a text. You know, whatever the case may be.
Share it with your grandma.
And if you share it, send us a message, and we're gonna fucking shout you out.
Shout out.
Shout out. But, you know, this is all I got for this episode. I'm pretty much feeling myself. I got to go beg my girlfriend to go grab me Wendy's.
Here we
That's
go.
my after podcast ritual, to kind of put like some meat, not meat, some substance in my stomach.
And Rachel's the DD
Well, like
every
I said.
Sunday night.
Yeah, and Rachel's always the DD. No drinking and driving over here. We're always drunk in the passenger.
That's right.
But
Drink
yeah.
responsibly.
So I'm gonna quit rambling at this point, because I'm sure you guys, no one's listening at the end of this episode. But
Nah, they're listening. We got some cool fucking fans.
If you're here, if you're here, I love you. But yeah. So that's it for this one. I hope you guys had a good time cracking one open with us, and we'll be back the following Tuesday with another banger, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more structured, and we'll bring
And
the
I
heat.
won't be hungover, and I'll bring the heat. Leave us a voicemail.
Bring the heat. All right. Peace out, guys. See ya.